It's 2 o'clock. Inspiration 92.3 FM.
IFM.
Welcome to Soni Irabor Live. So yes, it's now time. We'll just take a break from politicking, you know. I mean, dollar reign and all of that. We have to take a break. Let's discuss issues that are affecting humanity. You know, infertility is a major problem in marriages. It's an issue that many people may not, you know, think is that important. But honestly, it's causing pandemonium in homes all over the place. And how can you manage that? Well, I should just say, best thing is cope with your situation, because if you worry, you will die. If you don't worry, you will die. So why worry, Abi? Okay. So we're not asking you to die. We're saying take life as you see it and make the best of a bad situation or a good situation. Just make the best of everything, and you will see that life is worth living well. The other issue is infertility. I think I may have gone through it in my early years in marriage, because there was a 6-year gap between, you know, my first child and a second child, and I said, this thing they happen. And then we went to see all the doctors and everything, and guess what? They put us on some treatment. Well, the rest is history. We have something good to tell about it, but there are so many others who do not have that kind of, you know, positive results or experience. But first, let me welcome into the studio our family members. Let me put it that way, because they've been here so many times on an annual basis. The Power Family Foundation, led by Jimoke Aroyo, the president, Dayo Odukoya, the visionary, Tosin Odukoya, co-visionary, and Isiomo Success Olugbenga, who is a member, and they are all members of the board of trustees. And very soon there will be a special global conference on infertility and how to manage a global pandemic. So, but let me just welcome all of them into the studio. They are here with me already. They are always in time, and I'm glad that they are all here. So, Madam President, welcome. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Good.
Sonny.
Yes.
It's nice to see you again. And happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you. For once, I had to play music for my father, you know.
I know.
And my children too, they remembered me. Okay, good. So, Mrs. Dayo Odukoya, how are you, Ray?
Good afternoon, Uncle Sonny.
Thank you
for having us always.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure seeing you again. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And okay, well, there's blessed amongst women. One man is blessed amongst women. His name is Tosin Odukoya, a co-visionary. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Uncle Sonny.
Happy Father's Day.
To be with you in the studio, and I'm happy that you're not the only father around. So happy Father's Day to us,
happy
and
Father's
to all
Day.
Fathers all over the world.
Amen.
It's live from Inspiration FM.
Thank you. And then, of course, we also have Isiomo. Is it Isioma or Isiomo Success Olugbenga? How are you?
Very well, Uncle Soni. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lagos. We're here again.
Yes.
And yes, happy Father's Day to all the men in the house.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Mrs. Arroyo, maybe you want to lead us in this infertility talk as president. Why is it a global pandemic, even though I've already put myself as a guinea pig?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you had an experience of having to wait in marriage before you had your second child, as you have just told us. We say it's a global experience, a global problem, because it's a problem that affects both sex and it's all over the world. In fact, out of 4 marriages, 1, is usually affected. Where we have 4 marriages, you discover that 1 of those 4 usually will have this problem of infertility. And it is global because the statistic is increasing per day. So many things have caused it, and I believe we'll talk more about it, in the course of this program today.
Okay.
It's increasing daily, and there's a need for the world to know and to face these issues squarely so that we can get solution. It's a problem, like I said, that is both for men, and there are men and women all over the world, and it affects all family. I know you know somebody in your own family that has a challenge of having gotten married and had waited and waited and is yet to get, a child now. So it's all over the families of the world.
Okay, Mrs. Odukoya, visionary. Now, for you to be a visionary, something really interesting that I want to, I want you to share with us. You have your personal experience. I'm aware of that. So, can you lead us? You've talked about it quite a few times, but this global pandemic, President has also talked about it. How do you manage it?
There are different ways to manage it. Like we said, and she has rightly said, it's not just about our own environment, it's a global thing. We've been into conferences, in the UK and all over, and it's still the same thing we're talking about. So it's a global pandemic. In quotes, managing it takes 2, like we all know, a man and a woman to manage it. And in our foundation, our area of focus is actually family, spiritual, and medical. And when you talk about the family aspect of it, we are talking to both partners, and there are various options of managing it. So we're going to be talking about the options available in the course of the program as well.
I know that people who are listening right now definitely they'll be raring to go to make calls, to ask you questions and all that. We are aware that this is threatening homes, families. Especially you go into a place and the mother-in-law comes in and said, your wife never pregnant. What did it happen? And forgetting that it could be the man that is the problem. Well, anyway, let me not be the progenitor of this kind of a thing. Uncle Tony, Tosin, how are you, sir? Now, let's look at this again from a male perspective.
Okay. Like you rightly said, many a times, most of the intervention, so to say, in quote, from the family members is out of love, but done in ignorance. And most times, and with the statistics available right now, we discover that the issue of infertility is 50-50. It can come from the male, it can come from the female. Okay. But because a lot of people are ignorant, they tend to heap the blame on the female, not knowing that it takes 2 to tango. So it becomes a global pandemic in the sense that it's not just it's not just for the couple involved alone, but everyone surrounding them should be able to help put hands together to ensure that they solve this problem together.
Okay. Yes, Mrs. Ogedengbe, right? Let me ask your full name. How do you pronounce your first name?
Isioma.
Isioma?
Yes.
When I thought it was Isiomo. Because I was almost speaking Bini in Igbo. Isioma. Oh, of course, I know Isioma very well. Right. What's your role in this?
Okay, so my role in the in para or infertility, yeah. So generally, I have an experience also. Okay. I had an experience before I got into para, and I've, my journey within the foundation has also been one that God, we've seen God work through. And so we know that people, it's real. So it's not just the statistics. It's something that happened to many of us. We've realistically gone through that process where you have the society looking to you after you get married to have children. And then because of no fault of yours, you cannot have children at that time, for different reasons. Maybe for some fertility, in my case, it was just a little fertility concern that, I didn't know about and nobody knew about until we started visiting the hospital. And so, do
you want to share that small case with us?
Yeah, so eventually when we went to the hospital, the doctor that we saw said that my womb was to the side, and all she needed to do was to move it.
Okay.
Yes, by some therapeutic massage or something, which was all that was required. She just shifted it. She just did a check, and then she found that, and then she moved it, and then I was pregnant.
How long did it take you?
After 6 years.
Yes, what?
Yes. After 6 years. So it was that was very small, something really small, because some people think
out
that
of ignorance.
Yeah, some people think that it has to be an IVF issue or something. It can be as small as just an infection or something. So it's important that people are not quiet. They speak up. They find support, and then they get help quickly. Because the timing for a woman to fertility timing for most women is kind of in a range. So it's important that people speak up on time, which is what sometimes we don't see in our society because of the stigma and because people take things for granted and just feel like it's nothing.
22nd century and we're still talking in ignorance. It's very painful, So maybe before we go into the diagnostic issues like you started off, when is this event?
The event is coming up this Saturday, 25th of June, 2022, at Oriental Hotel, and the time is 10 a.m.
Okay. And who are the speakers? You have quite a few. There are so many men involved in this one. Okay, man, woman, woman, man, man. There are more men than women. Why? Is that deliberate?
It's Father's Weekend.
Father's Weekend. No, this is Father's Weekend.
We've extended it to next year.
Okay. So, because I can see quite a few men here, and then 2 ladies and 3 gentlemen. So you have medical doctors.
We have medical doctors. We have mental health practitioners.
Okay.
And we have the lady who is the first female urologist in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
She's also coming. And then we have a surrogate agency that's also going to be speaking at the conference, which is also an option that people are not really taking advantage of in Nigeria.
Yeah, well, again, culture issues, problem, and all of that. People are not taking advantage of it. But Mr. Odukoya, I want to ask you a very pointed question. You experienced this. How did your larger family take it?
Well, this is not the first time this question will be asked of me. I'm happy to say that I come from a family where we don't really poke nose, if I'm allowed to use that word, into each other's situation, but we rally around each other when there are issues. So I'm one of the fortunate Nigerians, and a male in particular, that never had family pressure. Rather, I had family support. They were willing to support, they were willing to financially, in whatever capacity. And that sort of gave a shade to my wife. So that prevented her also from being pressured indirectly and directly through me. But you discover that in most cases, most men also do not have that understanding. They do not have that family support while they are waiting. Most times, because they don't have they are also ignorant, and coupled with the pressure from the family, they also transfer the same pressure to their wives, and they find it difficult to cope. And you know, just like the good book says, except two agree, there cannot be any movement. You can't make any progress in life. So in my own case, I had a positive family support, and then I was able to, with my wife also, we were able to join hands together and then move forward, get things sorted out. Okay. So I didn't really have that experience, but I've met friends. I've met in the course of para. I've met a lot of people who had pressures from family, and I had to use my own experience, also counsel them to make sure that they shield their family, their wife, so to say, away. Because once you shield your wife away, because she's already going through pressure.
Yes.
Then, I mean, she won't be able to cope with extra pressure from the families. You know, like I said initially when I was giving my opening speech, most of the time the families will put pressure on their sons. Do it in love, but out of ignorance. So it becomes a double jeopardy.
I'm surprised that you probably made a movie out of this, because this is the kind of story.
Wow. We have it in the pipeline.
It's like
Please, open that pipeline. Let it flow. Let it flow.
Okay.
We need movies to tell the story, because there are so many individual experiences that are shocking. I mean, look, I watch some movies and I see some draconian mothers-in-law. And then it turns out that sometimes it's the son that is the problem. But they want to first blame. You know, I think it's like
It's a cultural thing.
Cultural. Maybe. But I think it's more like transferred aggression. Because most of these women may probably be blamed for little things that may not be so close to it. So ignorance is a major issue. Right. Okay. Right. Then this is me taking sides now. All right. I'm going to throw the lines open. Feel free to call us as early as possible, because I want more people to share experiences over this. But in the meantime, so how did that's Isioma, how did your family take your own? Josie has spoken on behalf of the Dukoyas.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of just like Mr. Tosi said, family members, in my case, my family members wanted to help, but of course they brought forward all sorts that they themselves are not truly aware of. So they gave suggestions. I remember once a church member said to me that probably I need to pray the more. Maybe I had not prayed enough, you know, and all of that, and you know, and even suggested that probably there's something I need to watch again. So you had people just trying to help, but they really didn't know how. And you know, people would, every time so there's something going on, they would say, don't worry, next time. My mom would always pray, you know, so she turned hers to a prayer, a reason to pray every time she saw me, you know. But all of those things had their pressure elements, and people required to detach from those pressures so that they are not soaked in to the to all of the things that go on with waiting for a child. And you know, when we are able to do that, even from the family point of view, families need to recognize that yes, these people are already going through a lot of pressure, and so even when we speak, we need to speak with both of them sometimes, and then have those questions asked, and then they will tell you whether, you know, if they need to tell you. And if they choose not to tell you, it's important that we appreciate people's privacy and allow them go through their journey, how they want to go through it. I know that families suggest things like native concussions and prayer houses, you know, things like that. Those things really, they bring people to a place where they are they take things that worsen their situations without necessarily finding out what the issues may have been and how to deal with it.
Okay, so talking about the coming conference, managing infertility being a global pandemic, we're going to be talking about some options at the conference. And we also want to share on this program some options that are available for managing, infertility. And all over the world now, IVF has become like #1, solution being provided through medical, breakthrough. And a lot of people are taking advantage of that right now. But apart from IVF, there is also adoption and surrogacy, which of course people are not really, taking advantage of. I know in Lagos State they are doing a fantastic job concerning the adoption process, and a lot of people that are waiting, endlessly and not trying anything, they are advised and encouraged to take advantage of adoption. Another options that are likely or people should also take advantage of, especially for the elderly ones that have passed the age of, some IVF have some cutoff age. In some hospitals, they will tell you once you are over 40 or, you are over 45, they can't try IVF with you, maybe because of medical, issues with you, high blood pressure and the rest of them. They might want to advise that you look into surrogacy, which is also another option.
One of the things that we also want to talk about is the cause of infertility. The main factor usually is the reproductive system. We have discovered from experience and from the counseling we've had and the talk with the doctors that many a times the men, some of these men, they have low sperm count, and where the sperm count is not low, the form of the sperm also is deformed, and there are times that even the motility of the sperm is very low. So it's not every ejaculation that can bring forth, the action that is expected, that is pregnancy. So because a man can ejaculate does not necessarily make the man, able to be a father. And these are some of the things that we'll be talking about. And then in the area of the women, we also discovered that there are times that the woman's womb, like Isioma said, there was just a shift in her womb, and that was what hindered them for almost 6 years before she got a solution to the challenge. Apart from the shift in the womb, it can be fibroid, it can be a blocked tube, it can be hormonal imbalance also in the woman. So there are so many things, and this is why when we come for this year's conference, we will be taught, we'll have opportunity of asking questions, and then we'll be counseled and directed to what and how we can. And one of the things we also talk so much about in our foundation is counseling. Anytime they come, because like the visionary said earlier, it takes two to tango. And then the home has to create a platform of relationship, of love. And this is what is distorted in so many homes. Many a times is a time that the woman or the man is angry. That is a fertile period for the couple. And except the all, comes into agreement, the man and the woman, create an atmosphere for that miracle of childbirth, they may have problems. So these are some of the things, by God's grace, we are going to talk about. And also, a psychiatrist is going to be around, because many a times the waiting period has caused a lot of emotional problems to the families, not only the woman. The women are usually more affected, but it has caused so much of emotional problem in the family. So we're going to talk to us on how to handle such emotional stress that comes along with the waiting period. It's going to be a great time, and I'm just looking forward to, if possible, everybody in Lagos to be at the program.
When you look at how you people have performed now over the years, membership must be increasing.
Sure.
And then you must be doing some workshops here and there?
Yeah, we meet every month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we actually meet every month, every third Saturday.
Okay.
Every third Saturday of the month, we meet at Alausa. And the fact is, we have some of our members that have had quadruplets. Some of our members had triplets, some twins, we have, in fact, we've lost count. of members.
You've created baby boomers.
Oh yes, we have so many babies, and all to the glory of God.
Okay, before I continue asking more questions, let me quickly throw the lines open, because I said that I will give you a chance to start before the half hour. And so 0700 923 923 923. I'll say that again. 0700 923 923 923. And my friends in a WhatsApp group, you know what it is, eh? 0817 313 6193. So send your messages, ask your questions, call the numbers, then we'll feel free to just discuss. Oh, I can see that some people, well, the phone has started again. Let's pick it. Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, this is Ken from Ojota.
Okay, Ken.
From
yes.
Where to having a program this time around.
Say that again. What am I?
Where having the program this time around.
Oh, okay. We have 3 powerful voices, 3 ladies and 1 gentleman. Because today is Father's Day, we've done 1-1 goalless draw. No, it's not 1-1. No, there's 3-2 against us. Okay, the engineer is with me in the studio, so there are 3-3 now.
Venue and time.
You know, so we are discussing infertility, managing a global pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the program, when is it? Actually, you're having a program in respect of that.
Yes, it's June 25.
Now, please you come. Okay, June 25. Time where I'm telling you.
Okay, please say it.
June 25th, this Saturday, at the Oriental Hotel, Victoria Island.
And it's at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.
And don't come alone. As a father, come with your wife.
I'll be there.
Thank you. Well done. Okay, so that's the call gone. And for those, there's some, I'm hearing this. Thanks, plenty, sir. Have a great, okay. So much is happening, and many questions are expected. But let me say a few things that have just been given by Mrs. Odukoya. Said, upcoming initiative is the year. Is that what it is? Youth Fertility Awareness Initiative. Oh, okay. Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm going to be saying yeah. Wi-Fi. Okay, that's a good one. Youth Fertility Awareness Initiative. Fantastic. Okay. Now, for young adults, and catching the problem early. Okay. And enlightenment program, which is very, very necessary. Well, let me ask you, on behalf of the young adults, what do you honestly think a young adult ought to know beyond just knowing that he is of productive age, he get married, and by any sense of imagination, they ought to start bearing children, right? What kind of lifestyle could affect them? Well, let me quickly take this call. There's a call coming. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Go ahead.
My name is Mr. Stanley. I'm calling from Lekki.
Okay, Stanley. Go ahead.
I've been listening to your program since, and I so much appreciate at least they are putting up this call.
Thank you, sir.
More.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, good afternoon today, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I have 2 kids, but that was like years back now.
How many years?
They are 7 and 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but since then, I know due to the situation of the country, so one needs to minimize family planning. That's right.
Minimize family planning. Are you saying you deliberately plan your family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you want more, but it's not happening. Is that what you're saying?
So at least 2, 3. But it's been, my wife works, so me, I'm into real estate, but it's been difficult to, I don't know. So when we had our second child, her stomach was a little bit, big, as in we suspected either fibroid growth. So the doctor said they have sorted out. Then I don't know. It was though I wasn't around when she gave birth.
Okay. Well, I think we have a medical personnel in our midst. He said when his wife got after the second child, right?
Yeah, my first son went through yes.
Okay.
It was then the doctor saw that
fibroid.
That growth, so
okay.
which he said he was able to cut it off. I don't know. So
cut it off. Okay. Then she now had a second child, right? Hello. Oh wow! Please call back. The line just went off. I'm so sorry. Because what I understood by what he said is that fibroid, her stomach became bigger. So maybe after the first and second delivery, she didn't really heal from the fibroid.
Well, I think he said the doctor cut it off. I think I heard that.
Yeah, but it doesn't it recur?
No, I mean the fibroid.
The fibroid.
There are so many things that can make a woman's stomach big. You can't say it's a womb now.
Oh.
Actually, when there's fibroid occupying the uterus,
yeah.
it can cause that massive size.
Okay.
But then it can be fat, abdominal fat. If the woman refuses to do enough exercises, she can be storing fat over there. So it's not every bulging stomach that is due to fibroid. So there's a need for actually to do a medical check so that a scan can be carried out and to find out why the stomach is bulging.
Okay.
And like she said, the last child is about 4 years. No matter the test or the investigation she may have done before the last baby, or even after that last baby, then there's a need for a fresh investigation to confirm the status of the wife if they want to get pregnant for now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, this is interesting. See, many things will come up from this kind of discussion, like what the man just brought up. But Mr. Tosin Odukoya, now me are you today because these women. But let me have you had any of your friends or colleagues talk about some of these problems?
Yes, most times I've had friends who I have personally taken up the issue with.
Okay.
Some have opened up to me, and then we've, at the grace of God, we've been able to solve some of them. At least one of them has about 5 children by now.
Oh, good.
But some, there's one in particular, I broached the idea, the discussion, I brought it up with him. But there are different individuals and understanding when it comes to fertility. But in his own case in particular, where the excuse was religious. I would like to break that down. It was religious in the sense that his religious beliefs is that just leave it to God, for God to do it.
God will provide.
And God will do it. And you can force a horse to the river. You can't force the horse to drink water. I had to let him understand that, look, in life, God has made available. Thank God I have a little understanding of the Bible. So nobody can bamboozle me with that. So I said, God has made all things available unto man, all that pertains to life. And there's solution for every problem we face on the face of the earth. Because God has made solution available. And one of the there are several solutions that are not unethical, but they are, approved and sanctioned and backed up by God. Medical, no matter the medical breakthrough, no man can give children.
Exactly.
No matter how educated the doctor is, no matter how proficient he may be in his practice, except God gives the final go ahead, nothing can be done.
In fact, to even buttress the point you're making, gay people, homosexuals, don't procreate.
Exactly.
Let me take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, how are you? What's your name?
Fine, sir. My name is Kojo.
Kojo. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
There's a problem I want to find out.
Yes.
I have a wife more than 4 years now.
Okay.
But she can't carry in. When you meet her, everything come about immediately. That is the issue I'm facing, but I don't know how to. So when I hear the program, I have to listen to the program always. When I hear it, so let me find out to know what you can cause it.
Okay. All right. Mr. Dukoya will respond. Oh, I think either you or Mrs. Arroyo, the two of you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you said you have a wife, and for 4 years now, and anytime she gets pregnant, you know.
She not even carry when you meet her, everything will come immediately. Not you they stay for her body.
When they meet.
When they meet, nothing stays in her body.
Yes.
So because of that, you mean sperm does not stay in her body? Is that what you mean? By nothing stays in her body, or the pregnancy does not stay?
The sperm not stay. Meet her will come out immediately. No they stay.
Yeah, you see, my brother, I need you to understand something. There's no woman, there's no relationship without sperm coming out. It's a fake idea that because after intercourse sperm comes out, that is the cause of the problem. The problem may be much more than that. So what you're not supposed to do is to go and see doctor that help people to get baby or pregnant. You need to go and see doctor, and then they will find out what they call them gynecologists. Doctor with the help woman or man and woman get belly. They call them gynecologists. You go to, if you cannot get a private doctor, go to general hospital. If you explain to them, they will direct you to a time, or they will tell you a time to come and see a gynecologist, and they will examine your own sperm, and they also examine the woman's womb and also her blood, and find out why she's not able to conceive. So don't just assume that because anytime you have intercourse, sperm they come out, that is the cause of it. It may be much more than that. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So,
And you can come for the program on Saturday to learn more.
did you hear that? Yeah?
What time? What time?
10
a.m.
a.m.
At Oriental Hotel.
Oriental Hotel.
Yes.
For Kija, beware.
No, Victoria Island here.
Victoria Land, Oriental Hotel, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Come with your wife.
Para Foundation is
Para
called.
Family Foundation.
Para Family Foundation.
10 a.m. this coming Saturday. By God's will, you come with your wife. You will have the luxury of seeing many doctors you can that can give you counsel.
Free counsel for
Free
that matter.
counsel for that matter.
Okay, man. I'll do that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So, this is how this program picks on what is called the family radio station. You know what I mean? 92.3. Right. But Wutu, those youths, young people, politicians no agree make young people come rule us. I wish they would agree for them. Because I spoke to one of them and he said, Uncle Soni, I'm stressed. I said, what do you mean stressed? Why are you using such strong words? He said, beg. People are just there. You keep leading us. When will you ever give us a chance? I said, no. What do you mean by stressed? He said, because first, he wants a stable life, he wants to get married, he wants to do this, but he sees that we're always pushing the goalposts forward. Now, that worried me when he mentioned it like that. But let me take this call before I ask my question. Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'm very.
Your name?
I'm so happy to hear this information.
Thank you. What will be your name?
My name is Jonathan.
Jonathan, our former president. Okay,
Yes,
where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lekki.
Okay, go ahead.
My problem is that since 2007 that my wife did this. So right from that time, she's not been seen and make it again.
That one's serious. Since 2007?
Yes.
It's a long time ago.
Yes. I've gone around and I couldn't get the solution.
Okay. Okay. Well, who would like to take that up? Mrs. Odukoya.
Okay, Mr. Jonathan, if I heard you correctly, you had one child already.
Yeah.
And when you're looking for more or a second one and it's not forthcoming, in medicine or medically they call it secondary infertility. And I want to believe that is what the problem is. And there are so many things that can be responsible for it. You need to see a doctor, you need to see a gynecologist, you need to go to the hospital and see the right, doctor Maybe you may have been seeing, doctors that are not versed in gynae. You need to see a gynecologist because they need to check her to be sure that she's not going through secondary infertility. And there are so many things that are responsible for that. So we can't tell you all that on this program. Just see a gynecologist and then they will know the reason why she's not conceiving.
It's all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So this youth, I can't say, are you married? He said, okay, I told you I don't want to get married. I can't get married. I said, why? I said, because he's believing that everything is set for him, but his hopes and aspirations are not, forthcoming. And I said to him, please, don't look at life so stringently against yourself like that. The youths have a chance. It's your future, it's your today. Don't spoil it. But as for getting married, get yourself a girlfriend. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I believe that matter. So there's mistrust between man and woman at that young age. What are you going to say about it? Uncle Tony, Uncle Tosin, sorry.
Let me comment there.
Yes.
The reality on ground today does not favor or is not speaking in favor of young people getting married. And I will explain what I meant by that.
Okay.
Somebody graduated from school 2-3 years ago, is still looking for a job. He doesn't even know when the next meal is going to come from. So how will he get married? How will he sustain such marriage? And that's one of the things that brings discouragement to young people from getting married.
Okay.
Aside from that, we discovered that these days the younger people want to live a life of no responsibility. Due to no fault of theirs, but due to the state of the economy of the nation. Sustaining oneself is difficult, to talk less of bringing in another hand or another mouth to join you. So it becomes, but the gospel we should be preaching to them is, no matter what, they should look and prepare towards settling down, get married, because that is the only way you can continue to increase humanity. That's the only way. And then some of us who are opportune or to be financially stable or who have a job, we should be able to help these younger people, bring them on board, and lend a hand to them. Politicians are taking them for granted. They don't really want to give them anything. They don't want to yield any ground to the younger ones, and that's why you have a lot of them going into fraud, into all sort of things, in order to make life better and easier for themselves. The private operators need to come in there and then create room for them to have a place to work.
Okay.
These younger people have a lot of energy in them and a lot of great ideas by which they can turn around the country if given the opportunity.
They are today's future.
Yeah.
Okay, please share the title of today's message. Oh, really? Infertility, managing a global pandemic. That's the main theme of the conference that's about to happen.
Yes.
So, but then we are discussing it generally. Do you have any additional to that? Okay. Now, and the other one says, good day, Uncle Soni. Okay, please, can you pick this message? This is from Dean Naji, I think. Yes, good day, Uncle Soni, and the guests. I want to remain anonymous today. I already given your name. My question is, can a woman of 46 take in and give birth naturally? Secondly, can weight affect a lady from taking in? Interesting. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Sema.
Okay, so I see the naturally, and I would start with that naturally that we always, put in quotes. Yes, it's become a cap. So you hear a woman to give birth naturally, or to have, so you see people talking about that naturally, hindering them. So I would like to say that 46, yes, it may be, she might need some assistance. And we should break from the yoke of naturally, in this society, in this climb. There's nothing, extraordinary about this naturally. even the water you drink is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. You know, you didn't just fall from heaven in one. You understand? So let's come to a place where we recognize that things happen to make things happen. And if a person requires an assistance to get pregnant, it's okay. It doesn't make it unnatural. It's okay. So 46 years is an age that a woman may require some assistance to get pregnant. It doesn't mean that that person cannot actually get pregnant by herself, but she might also require maybe some hormonal boosters, some check-in here and there so that she can have a child that she desires. And the other one says that what can weight. Yes, weight can affect. And I think the president also had spoken about, the belly fat becoming, being an issue of weight, the stomach protruding being a belly fat issue. So women must also look at that. There are many other things that can hinder a person from getting pregnant, and weight can be also a major from that.
Yes.
Just to add to what Isoma had said.
Yes.
As a woman, you've got to understand that you were born with the number of eggs you need for life. That you were born with it. And as you shed your blood, with every menses, the eggs is reducing. And apart from that, even the remaining eggs becomes old. And that is why at times when they have to do IVF, they ask if the family would agree for donor eggs, eggs of younger people to be used for the fertilization. Because it is discovered that the morphology of the eggs also, is altered with age. Just like as the body wrinkles, that's also what happens to the eggs in the womb. But the men, if that's why you see men at 80, impregnating, producing and impregnating women.
Okay, let me take this call. I'll think about that. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
My name is John Irabor.
Okay, how are you, sir?
I just want to contribute a little to what you are discussing.
Yes.
Because I'm familiar with what Para is doing.
Okay.
It's a good thing that they are going public and holding this conference every year. Okay.
Yes.
So I want people to take advantage of it, of this program. I know because of my relationship with those who are involved.
Yes.
I got to know so many women who were having problems in their homes, challenges, disagreement, fight, and everything like that. And today they are happy because of the action they have taken with Para.
Okay.
Para is a place where you go, they can advise you. They also pray. They invite men of God to pray with them. They invite doctors, as they have said. They invite dietitians and people like that because they know that what you eat may affect you one way or the other.
That's an interesting one. That is correct.
Yes. So the Para has every month meeting, as I had them say a little while ago.
Yes.
Where they invite all these people, those professionals to come and talk to families. And what I see is that I attend sometime because of my relationship with those who are involved.
Yes.
And men try to shy away from attending these programs. It takes two to tango.
Men should attend.
I want to advise those on radio, those who are listening,
yes,
to always come with their wives. It's not their wives alone that will have a baby.
True.
Man has to be involved, or the men, their husbands, have to be involved with it. Thank you. That's the little I want to contribute.
That was
because
very
I've
profound.
heard all the talks that they have said. And Soni, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Soni Irabor Live for putting these people on air every year.
Thank you.
To let the whole world hear what they are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so that's hearing. In fact, that's very interesting. It's like saying from the horse's mouth. But let me quickly, even some of your keynote speakers. I have here Dr. Adewumi Adeyemo Bero, keynote speaker. He looks Oyinbo, but it's actually Yoruba name. Then there's Dr. Abimbola Ayodeji Abolariwa, first female urologist. Okay, in Nigeria. Yeah, that's the one you spoke about earlier. Okay. And then Olarunke Thaddeus, founder of MFT Surrogates. Okay. Surrogate Mothers Agency. Then you also have Dr. Leonard Chukwuka Okonkwo, psychologist, physiotherapist, and hypnotherapist. Hypnotherapist! Wow, that's a powerful one. And then Dr. Olajuwon Alabi, who is CEO of South Shore Moments and Women's and Children's Hospital. And what's this?
Bloom Fertility Clinic.
Bloom Fertility Clinic. Okay. Well, it's very well covered. So all aspects are taken care of. Let me ask one more question. Maybe I would throw it to any one of you now to answer this. Who is handling? We have the spiritual side. We have the medical side. Who is handling the cultural or trado-medical side? The cultural aspect of it, the traditional issues. Yes, sir. Somebody pointed at you.
That means you are taking us back to what para stands for.
Okay.
Para is standing on 3 feet. We have the medical, we have the spiritual, and then we have the family life.
Okay.
Under family life is the question you just raised.
Yes.
Where we address it adequately. And how we go about that is through counseling. Okay. Para has a day of the week, Tuesday precisely, where the doors are open for couples, not individuals now, couples who are on the fertility journey, who come in for counseling. And we've been able, by the special grace of God, to settle homes in terms of cultural differences, cultural oppositions, and all what have you. We've been able to dealt with such cases, and we have results for it. But most times, you discover.
Please hold on, don't drop. I'll talk to you now. Yes, finish.
Most times, we usually have success stories out of this counseling sessions we have with this couple.
Beautiful. Hello. Good afternoon. Soni Irabor. Yeah.
Hello, Uncle Soni. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to all the Para Foundation people sitting there.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
My name is Fred, calling from Lekki.
Okay.
I just want to appreciate the Para Family Foundation for the awesome job they've been doing over the past years.
Okay.
And the conferences and the effort to put this program together, all without getting the financial support from anybody but themselves, to meet the needs of people who are actually been striving to have kids or babies in their families. I cannot thank you guys enough. It's a God-sent journey from the founder, the visionary, and every member of the Para Family Foundation. I want to say thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. And enjoy your Father's Day, Mr. Father.
And happy Father's Day to everybody else.
Thank you.
And all the single mothers too. Happy Father's Day to them too. Because
yes, so thank you, because without fathers, there are no mothers.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate your call. It's
Happy
quite
Father's
encouraging.
Day.
Thank you.
Okay, so there we go. Now, as we are rounding off, we still have about 6 minutes to go. Time flies when you are in a very nice company. Let's reiterate the conference again, and I've already mentioned the names of the speakers. When is the date? Oh, let me take 2 calls. Let me take the calls, please. Hello, good afternoon.
Good.
How are you? Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Agoda. My name is Elder Emmanuel.
Okay, Elder, go ahead.
Yeah, the people with you in the studio, they are dressed where somebody can see them if the person wants to see them, because I wouldn't have chance to go to the
conference.
One having at,
yes. Okay. Let one of them give you the address.
All right. Since you will not be available for the conference, and I want to believe your wife will be available, or you are not in the States.
Both of us.
Okay. Anyway, the address of Para Family Foundation is number 6, Padunsi Avenue, off Ayoalabi, Okera Ogba. Number 6, I think that again, number 6, Padunsi Avenue, off Ayoalabi, Okera Ogba, Ikeja. So you can come in Tuesdays. There's counseling on Tuesdays between 11 and 3.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we'll take more calls. We just have less than 4 minutes to go, and then one more call. Only one call. Otherwise, call it quits. What's the lowdown? How many people? Do you have enough space if everybody wants to come? And supposing 1,000 people should come, Wahala goes to town. They pushed it to vision.
The seat is almost taken.
Oh wow!
We have limited space, but you can still go on the website to register at www.parafamilyfoundation.com. www.parafamilyfoundation.com. You can register through the website.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah. Please, Para Foundation, give me their phone number.
The phone number, yes.
070
Yeah.
177 070 1774 5460
5460
070-174-5460.
Yes, or 0802 312 8366.
At all, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate what you people are doing. God will help you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Except that his termination of time. God, give me. Okay, let me take one more call. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes.
Afternoon, sir.
You have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yes. My name is Vedet. I like the work you are actually doing over there.
Thank you.
I have some lovely couple I would like to introduce to Para Foundation.
Okay.
But I'd like to get some more details about it. Is there any cost implications involved in making them?
Okay, because this is not an avenue for marketing, we've done enough of that. Please come to the event on Saturday, okay? Or register online. And it's a number again, 07.
Okay.
Yes.
One of the websites. It's not me directly, I would come to.
Okay. The website.
www.parafamilyfoundation.com.
Did you get that?
PARAH familyfoundation.com.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And that's the much we can take. We'll have less than a minute to go. And thank you very much, Mr. and Mrs. Odukoya.
Thank you, Uncle Soni.
Dayo and Tosin.
Thank you very
Mrs.
much.
Jumoke Arroyo. Thank you.
We appreciate
And of
it,
course, Mrs. Ogedengwe. What did I say? Isioma Success Olugbenga. Now, you know you are the only Wabia here now. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
And have a
Thank
really
you for
good
having
time.
us.
Okay, now. Bye-bye.
Thank you for being here.